Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kari and today I will talk about all the book series that I have completed. I got inspired to do this video because I saw it in another booktube channel, and that's why I will also make a video in the future for the series that I DNF'd. But today I will talk about all the book series that are finished, so no more books are coming out, and that I have read completely. There are not a lot. I have more DNF series than completed series, unfortunately, and I tried to put them in order in which I started the series, but I'm not completely sure that this is accurate. Of course, I will show you my physical copies, but for the books that I don't own, I will put pictures so you can see the covers. This is the second video in which I have a cup of tea with me, and I don't know, I just wanted you to know that. Before we start, if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. I upload videos about movies, TV shows, and books. And now let's start. The first series that I finished, it is actually a trilogy, and it is The Hunger Games. These books have such a special place in my heart. First, because my dad bought them for me as a birthday gift, and that birthday was amazing. I have great memories. But also because these were the books that made me love reading. Catching Fire is my favorite from the three, but I love the trilogy a lot, and I also love the movies. The story is just amazing in my opinion, and I'm so glad and happy that this was the first series that I've completed. The next one is also a trilogy, the Selection Trilogy. Disclaimer, of course, I know the Selection is now a series, but when I read it, it was a trilogy, and that's why I'm counting it as completed. And also because I'm not interested in reading extra content of this story. And I have a very different opinion about this than The Hunger Games, because I used to love this. And when I was younger, I read them with my friends. I have great memories. But honestly, I don't think that I will like them if I reread them. I don't remember which was my favorite from the three story-wise, but from the covers, this is my favorite definitely, and it will be forever. The next are classic books, and I wasn't sure on putting them on this list, but in Goodreads they are listed as number 1 and number 2, and as they are different books, I decided to also add them to this list of series. And I'm talking about Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. These are some of my favorite books because I feel they have very distinct scenes that I love specifically, and so I can decide which one I love more. These books are nonsense, and still they have so much meaning in my opinion. And I'm just so glad that I read them and that I have them because I truly love them a lot. The next series, I don't have it with me, and that's a shame because it's one of my favorite series ever. And that is A Series of Unfortunate Events. I love these books, and I read them after watching the TV show. I listened to most of them on audiobook while I was commuting from home to my university, and that was just the best experience ever. I love the characters, and I just think all of the books are genius. I can't recommend them enough, and I want to have them physically to reread them because I think that would be a great experience. From what I remember, my favorites are these 3 that I'm gonna be putting here on the screen, but I don't know, I will have to reread the whole series, although there are 13 books, to figure out if they're still my favorites or if they change. The next series, I do have it here with me, and there are a lot of books and the box set is heavy. It is the Harry Potter series. This is the complete box set. I love it a lot, but I will have to put it down for now. The Harry Potter books have a very special place in my heart as well. I love the movies, I love the story, the magic, and I love these covers. In my opinion, these are the best covers, and you can fight me on that in the comments. I just think they are so magical and so great, and they represent very beautifully the characters and the setting. My favorite books are the 4th and the last one. That last book really left me without words. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't read another book. It was very beautiful and heartbreaking and amazing. And overall, all the books are great in this series, and it's just a story that I think everyone should give it a chance. At least with this first book, because it's very tiny and you will fall in love with the characters and you'll want to know more about this world. Next series is The Chronicles of Narnia. This is a series that I also watched the movies and then decided to read the books. And I gotta say, the books are so special and so great. My favorites are The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and The Magician's Nephew. I think those are outstanding. I feel like not all of the other books are that great as those two, but they are good books and worth reading, of course. I think the world of Narnia is very interesting, and the last book destroyed me with that ending, I gotta say. Next series is The Mortal Instruments. I also read this after watching the TV show. We're seeing a pattern here. And I have to say that I loved the first trilogy, but I didn't like the second one. And that is weird because from the TV show, the storyline that I liked the most was the second storyline, which is based on the second trilogy. But here, only talking about the books, I loved only the first trilogy. I think it was very well done. It had an interesting premise and great characters and just funny lines and interactions. It was very much a YA book and I really enjoyed it. Although I like this, I haven't read any of the other Cassandra Clare series. I don't know why, they just don't seem very interesting to me. I love these characters because I already love them from the TV show, and that's mainly why I decided to finish this series. Next is the Spiderwick Chronicles. I love this series as well, and I also read it because I watched and loved the movie. The movie doesn't cover all of the books, there's more to the story. And I'm so excited because there's a new adaptation coming in Disney+. This story has magical creatures and a great family dynamic. I like the books a lot and I think they're great middle grade reads. Next is a trilogy, the Wendy Darling trilogy. I actually didn't like this. All of the other series that I have completed, I have great memories about them, except with this one. It is a Peter Pan retelling, but I felt like nothing happened. I mean, it was great to read them because I was exploring. I'm actually at the moment reading another Peter Pan retelling, and I want to see which ones are good. But unfortunately, the Wendy Darling trilogy wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Next series that I finished is The Maze Runner. I only have the physical copy of the first book. And with this, I have a disclaimer. I'm not referring to the series as all of the companion novels, only the trilogy. The trilogy is the one that I finished, but I do want to read the companion novels. The series is very different. It is more sci-fi than fantasy. I also read this because I watched and loved the movies, especially with that cast. But the books are great. My favorite is the first one. It was very well done, so full of intrigue and interesting characters, plot twist. I truly think this series is great. Although I don't really like the second book, I prefer the movie. I think the plot of the movie is so much more interesting than the plot in the book. But it's a great story and I think it's worth reading. And the last series that I finished was Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I have to say that I only read this because I want to see the TV show on Disney+. I'm very excited for that. I was interested in Percy Jackson because when I was younger I used to watch the first movie, and I know it's not good, but that's how I knew the story at first. And these books are very interesting. They have great humor and great characters and relationships. There were some amazing moments, but also there were things that I didn't really like. I guess it is an average series for me. I know it's a lot of people's favorite, and I do get why. It just wasn't that for me. There are Harry Potter people and Percy Jackson people. I'm a Harry Potter girl in this case. And although I like the Percy Jackson series, I think it wasn't as good as Harry Potter. Well, those were all the series that I have completed. As you could see, there are not a lot, but I'm glad that most of them I enjoyed. And I love having some of them in my collection. I will probably do a part 2 of this video once I finish more series, enough to make a list like this. So that's not gonna be very soon, but it will happen. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, share it with friends. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can do it here. Here on the screen, I will put more videos for you to check out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.